Hello everyone. Today I realized that I've never given it a walkthrough through my RV, and I had some time, so I thought I would try to do this. This RV is a brand ProMaster 2500, and I had initially was going to purchase a Sprinter. But at the time I wasn't aware that Mercedes had sold Dodge, and I went to Dodge and they said, no, we're not selling the Sprinter anymore, we're selling the ProMaster. And so I started looking at the ProMaster for several reasons. The Mercedes van was considerably more money. And when I started researching the service costs for the diesel engine, it didn't justify the additional cost nor the additional mileage you got with the diesel due to the service cost to have it serviced, and if something would have gone wrong, the cost to repair it. So I started looking at the ProMaster, and none of the Dodge dealers had the ProMaster in stock. I'd searched as far as 200 miles, and there was one in San Antonio and one in another place. So I'd come to the conclusion that I was probably going to have to order one. However, one day I was traveling to Galveston, and on the way down about Lead City, there was a Ford dealer with a Dodge ProMaster 2500 sitting out front. So I turned around, went back to the dealership, and I asked them if it was for sale, and they said yeah, they just bought it from a repo outfit, and they wanted $17,000 for it. Well, that was well over $12,000 less than what it was going to cost me to order one, and the one I was going to order didn't have the aluminum wheels and everything that this one had. This one had 22,000 miles and another year of Dodge warranty left on it, and for $17,000 I bought it on the spot. So I have not done anything on the exterior of the van other than put a plug. So I will switch this camera around and show you. It's 10 a.m. the end of June, and it is hotter than blazes out here, and the sun is bright, so I hope I get a decent shot of this van. As you see, it does have the aluminum wheels. That is an extra if you go to order this van. It also has the heated electric mirrors with the turn signals on the mirror. The only thing that I have done differently is, of course, I've added this 30 amp plug to the outside of the van. But other than that, there has been no modifications to the van. This van came with a lot of extras. It came with the trim package, and it came with the running lights, and at night this thing is lit up like a Christmas tree. And I love the turn signals on the mirror. I didn't think they were really necessary, but once I got my hands on this one, I've really enjoyed it. So that's the look of the van from the outside. The only thing, of course, is I've got a Coleman air conditioner on top and the solar panel. The solar panel is mounted to luggage racks that I did purchase. There is 4 mounts for 4 luggage racks up on the top of this van, and I only needed 2 to mount the solar panel to, so that's all I purchased. Now, I'm not sure if you can see it, but I've got 4 boat hooks on top that a tarp connects to, and of course I have poles and guide wires to hold the tarp up. I was going to put one of those electric awnings on here, but the weight on the side of the van, I just didn't want to do it. So I opted for a much cheaper route. Those boat eyes that I mounted up on the top were about $10, and the tarp at Walmart was $10. And I've also got a same size shade cloth that I use sometimes rather than the tarp. If I'm in windy condition, the shade cloth lets air go through and it doesn't flap, and you don't have to worry about it getting caught in a sail. So that's the outside. We'll take a look at the inside in just a moment. So let's take a look inside. I have to admit it's not completely finished. I've been using this for 2.5 years now. I bought this in 2015. I was looking for a van in 2014. This is a 2014 model. And I found this van and purchased it on the spot. So when I started building it out, of course you can see the installation video and the electrical video. But this is what the living quarters looks like. Of course, the driver's seat becomes the storage in this van. Currently, I am changing sheets and doing a cleaning job, so you don't see the bedspread or the sheets or anything on the bed right now. But first thing we're going to take a look at is if you go down to the bottom drawer, and it does have locks on it. This is the emergency toilet. And this can be moved outside, moved inside, but it's very functional and it has been used. I prefer the bucket method, but on the road, it's nice to have a way to relieve yourself in an emergency. The second drawer is a silverware drawer slash dish towel drawer, and it accumulates other things in it as well. Now the top drawer is a pantry drawer. It has all my canned goods and coffee and everything I need to feed myself. Sorry for the interruption, but family comes by and you got to stop what you're doing to see what they need. I guess the next thing we'll take a look at is this van does have a sink, and surprisingly it doesn't get as used as much as I thought it would. I also use it for storing a lot of electrical stuff when I'm en route. With the induction stove top on here, I've got, with the cover over the sink, I've got plenty of workspace for cooking and things of that nature. Now the one mistake I may have made is that I'd ordered this mattress before I realized the space that I had for it. This is a 10-inch mattress. It's got 6 inches of foam and 4 inches of memory foam. It is the most comfortable bed I've ever slept on. It's more comfortable than the bed in the house. It is a full queen size mattress. This van is 2 inches shorter width-wise than a queen size bed, so it is crammed in this space. It is 2 inches shorter. I'm only 5'6", so I've got plenty of space to stretch out, but it is crammed in here, and it is a booger if you ever want to take it out. Of course, up here on top, I've got another pantry area. Of course, I designed this to use these peanut jars to hold my sugar, beans, rice, and they come right out, and you don't have to worry about them slinging all over the van. I've got one missing because it's the sugar, and I'm refilling it inside. As far as stereo system, this van has got the full electrical package stereo system and GPS, which I never use. But I don't use the 12-volt system when I'm parked because I don't want to use the vehicle battery. So I use a Bluetooth speaker, and either my phone or my Surface, which I have mounted up front here. Now this is a self-built holder for the Surface, and I can use it whenever I'm driving, or I can use it in this position here. I took out the old cup holder and printed these compartments so I would have this standoff here to hold my monitor mount. Now I built this to use the iPad. I have an iPad, a large iPad that I use on here as well. And this is for a mouse holder that the mouse goes on, because typically I have a keyboard in my lap and I'll have the mouse and I'll use it in that manner. One thing, I love this Surface, but it doesn't have enough processing power to edit video. So I do carry a laptop as well as the iPad and the Surface. The Surface normally stays here. The iPad I'll have in bed if I want to watch YouTube or something, or surf the internet. I can do that from bed, and I use the iPad for that. Now for lighting, I have 4 lights here. I have one above the bed for reading, one above the bed here, and I have, of course, another one up here, and it is quite dirty. And then I have one here under the sink. Now they all have switches to turn on. The master 12-volt converter switch that I've mentioned in my electrical video is right here. So when you come in the door, you flip this, and of course it turns the converter on, and all the 12-volt system is on now. Of course, with these lights, you can turn them off. Typically, I leave the one on the bed on, so at night when I come up to the van when it's dark, I flip the master switch on, and the light above the bed comes on. Now for other storage, all my pots and pans I put in here. This is I'm still haven't finished the cleanup job. This is a battery storage. Even though I've got 5 kilowatts of battery for the van, I carry almost another kilowatt of 18650s in their original battery form. And this is only half full because I've got 2 40-volt batteries for chainsaw and weed eater. And believe it or not, the weed eater comes in handy when you're in national forest, because you find a good spot you want to stay, and it's grown up. You can take the weed eater and clean you out a nice spot, and you've got a spot that nobody else even thought about. So this normally is completely full with batteries and chargers. And this top drawer right now is a junk drawer. In fact, I've got 2 junk drawers. With calipers. I am a tool freak, so I've got lots of tools in here. And if I ever do a video on all the stuff I carry, you would be amazed at all the tools that I do carry. But I do have a lot of storage. Now up here on top, of course, I got the microwave and the toaster. This compartment holds my induction stovetop and all my snacks and emergency kit and all that stuff. Now this compartment here carries a 2-quart Kasori pressure cooker and a small rice cooker. So I've got quite a few appliances in here as well. Now this bottom drawer is the refrigerator, and now this is a large refrigerator. On top here I've got a drain mat that helps insulate the top, because I do use this as a freezer rather than a refrigerator, and it's quite large. I've got a full bag of ice in the bottom, And I freeze these when I'm out camping to put in my igloo that's sitting outside there for all my produce. I don't like putting produce in a frozen compartment. And of course I carry meat and frozen vegetables in this compartment, in this refrigerator. And believe it or not, this drain mat helps insulate that refrigerator quite a bit. Oh! Now the last thing I will show you here is, and you've seen it before in some of the other videos, is my control panel. And due to the darkness of the sun coming in, on the left you have the Xantrex inverter control panel. On the right top you have the charge controller, and then below it you have my 12 volt AC fuse panel. Now I'm able to store all of my clothes up here on top, and you probably can't see it, but I roll all of my underwear, socks, and t-shirts in one. I take one t-shirt, socks, and underwear, and I roll them up military style, and I'm able to get 10 full packs up here. I carry 4 pairs of blue jeans rolled up, and I don't know how many shorts and t-shirts I have rolled up here. This is a mess right now. So I can carry all the clothes that I need up above here. I do have some hanging clothes that you'll see on the back door back there, and I have a few up here that they're just more convenient, and I keep them right there in the driver compartment. Now it's AC power plugs. I've got a power plug that's behind the microwave and oven, and of course I have another one here on this countertop, and they're all on one circuit because you can't run more than one device at a time on that inverter. So it's on a 15 amp breaker, and I only run one of these at a time. If I'm running the induction stovetop, I can't run the microwave. If I'm running the microwave, I can't run the induction stovetop. However, when I'm cooking, and I do most of my cooking with the pressure cooker and the rice cooker, I can run both of those at the same time with no problem at all. So that's one of the AC outlets. I have another AC outlet that's right up top here that right now it powers my Surface. Now I have another plug down there's a 12 volt plug. When I'm traveling, I will switch to that plug and be powered by the alternator. This van has also got 4 USB hookups for phones and stuff when you're driving. But again, I do not use any of the 12 volt system in the van when I am in location and I am staying in the van. I just do not use any of the 12 volt system in the van. I also have a AC outlet on the back of this counter here to use outside, and I've got another one in the back that I power tools and things off of when I need to. So that is pretty much the living quarters. One thing I will tell you is that this van is very comfortable for one person. For 2 people, I would probably have to put a revolver plate for the driver chair so it would turn around. I did not do that. I only put one on the passenger side, knowing that my wife would not travel 99% of the time. So that is that. I will go around and show you the garage area, which you've probably seen if you've seen my other videos, but we'll do that in just a second. Oh, one other thing. you're probably wondering how I get in this bed. And I don't know how to set this camera so that you can see, but the way I get into the bed is this refrigerator becomes a step stool. So I step on the refrigerator to get in the bed. So we'll try to set this up so when I get up in here you can see me. I don't know how well this is going to show up. So, and when I'm sitting here in this van, you notice I'm not hitting my head, but I have to remember when I get out of bed that I'm a pretty good ways down from the floor. So, and I can show you, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it. I've got full stretch and I got plenty of room on this bed. So that is the inside of my van. Thanks for watching my video, and if you found any value, please hit the like button below. Thank you very much.